The author, Eoin Colfer, once described Artemis Fowl as Die Hard with fairies. While this book series lacks Bruce Willis, it more than makes up for it, with humor, heart, clear world building, and adventure. With Artemis Fowl finally getting the big screen treatment and being released on Disney Plus on June 12, 2020, we figured it was a good time to let the Catholics of the world know what this urban fantasy series has to offer. Very minor spoilers ahead. The titular Artemis Fowl is a 12-year-old Irish criminal mastermind. The first book revolves around his plan of holding for ransom the elf, Captain Holly Short. With a genius-level intellect, lots of money, and the aid of his one-man army of a bodyguard, Butler, Artemis Fowl presents a serious threat to the civilization of the fairies. Of course, these fairies are not the cute, colorful creatures of bedtime stories. They have magic, and it plays an important role in the books. However, it is their technology that really makes them dangerous. Their tech is centuries ahead of the most advanced human gadgetry. We're talking more advanced than Wakanda. Fortunately, these books are not overly complicated, nor dark and gritty, and don't have a bunch of fantasy tropes. The plots are pretty straightforward. Clean jokes and witty banter are spread generously across the pages. The characters are well developed. All the books are very family-friendly. The author even eliminates the issue of bad language by writing the swears in the language of the fairies. So if you ever hear someone say, "Darvit," this is the series it comes from. The powers of the fairies work in an easy-to-understand, hard magic system. Unlike with the magic of Harry Potter, the Artemis Fowl books will not get accused of encouraging witchcraft and demonic activity. The themes of Artemis Fowl we Catholics can approve of. One of the biggest themes is family. When we first meet Artemis Fowl, he is a 12-year-old who has had to grow up fast, as his father has been missing for years, and his mother is sick and hysterical. He crimes because he enjoys it, true, but he comes from a family of criminals. By criming, he feels connected to his family legacy, and he hopes he can locate his father using the money gained from his criminal enterprises. You enjoy every second of Artemis Fowl being a criminal mastermind. But it's his love for his family that is ultimately his redemption and best motivation. Another big theme is friendship. Artemis starts out as a very lonely individual. Artemis doesn't have friends and doesn't respect anyone. Kind of like Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock in BBC's Sherlock. His family may be his saving grace, but it is the friends and allies he makes on his crazy adventures that keep him grounded and keep pushing him to be better. We Catholics are very well aware that family is the domestic church where evangelization begins. As goes the family, so goes the world, as John Paul II once said. If friends and community were not important, then why would Christ have had 12 by his side and have said that to lay down one's life for one's friends is so great a love? Throughout the books, there are many moments where the author takes the perspective of the fairies to call out humanity on their lack of concern for the environment. Thankfully, you don't get one of those lame villains like Venom's Carlton Drake, who have no issues doing morally repugnant acts or want to destroy humanity outright to save the planet. Care of God's creation is one of the branches of Catholic social teaching. Popes Benedict and Francis have both highly encouraged environmental stewardship. There is also the good kind of women's empowerment in the books. It's not the type where women are empowered simply because the male characters are incompetent morons. The main female character, fairy police officer, Captain Holly Short, is a strong, caring, quick-minded, somewhat reckless, and noble character whose determination perseveres over the prejudice of being a female in a male-dominated industry. When you read the Artemis Fowl books, you're going to get exotic locations, high-stakes battles of wits, unforgettable bad guys, mulch, freaking Diggums, the kleptomaniac dwarf, action, and a desire to only wear sunglasses with reflective surfaces for the rest of your life. The books are easily found online. We here at RCG Geek also recommend checking out the audiobooks. June 12th on Disney Plus, Artemis Fowl premieres. It looks like Disney has taken a lot of creative liberties, but hey, with top-notch acting talent, seriously, how did they get Dame Judi Dench to do this? And with Kenneth Branagh in the director's chair, this could be an altogether different, but still a wild ride. So what are your thoughts on Artemis Fowl? Comment below. And if you want to see more great videos that fuse your Catholic faith and your geekiness, then subscribe to Random Catholic Thoughts Geek. Don't forget to like, share, and suggest a topic. And may the Lord be with you.